Okay, welcome to Meat Matters. Today we're going to be discussing how to reduce using Excel in your business. Some of the things that we see as a company when we go into to bigger businesses is that they've pretty much created Excel empires, where they've got an ERP system, and then they've got a massive number of Excel spreadsheets and workbooks and that kind of thing, maybe even some access databases that help them get through their day. And what we've found is that by reducing those Excel spreadsheets, particularly in areas like scheduling and demand planning, things like that, you can really, really decrease the amount of work and errors that you see from your team. Simon, do you have anything there to add to that?
No, I think you're right. It is amazing just how how prevalent a tool Excel is in planning in these companies.
Yeah, from my perspective, a guy that spent a lot of years scheduling and demand planning, things like that, in the meat business, it was really the only tool we had. It was very, very difficult to get, you know, um, people that could code, SQL or whatever it might be in these companies, and to build things. And most of the folks that are running those businesses, they have some Excel skills, and so they just kind of fend for themselves where the ERP leaves off. But a tool that you can bring in that can replace those, a database tool that then can do analysis on top of them, like a system like Austin Data Labs has, allows you to put those pieces of information into a system, and then you don't have to drag it out of the ERP every day, pull in your orders, pull in your inventory, and that kind of thing to do a schedule. It's all there for you. So you reduce the errors of transferring that data, and also it's just a massive time saver. And then, of course, the biggest benefit of getting rid of something like Excel is that you can really do a lot more robust data analysis on top of it. You can do things like
Yeah.
optimization and those kinds of things. And I know we've seen some success there in both meat and dairy. What do you think there, Simon?
Well, I think What one of the really big benefits is you're getting into some of these discussions around how you should plan, how you should schedule, what things look like um, weeks into the future. And when you have these multiple Excel files, you end up with people debating the sources of the data, when it was last updated, who's got the right set of data. Well, my file says this, my file says that. You had a useful discussion going potentially. You're trying to make a decision, and it ends up in a debate about the provenance of the data. So I think moving away from that's a real challenge with Excel. Um, but I think the reason you hit on it, the reason it's prevalent is people know how to use it, and it can be used to really model those very specific things about the business that people understand have to be modeled. And so the real challenge is, how do you get something that is, a robust, supported system that still is able to model those intricacies that you can't live without.
Yeah.
So I think that's you hit it. You hit the nail on the head for why it's used, but but having those debates around, the source of truth just kills decision making.
Yes, for sure. I mean, some of the craziest things I ever saw was, when we were doing forward planning for the next year, we had one person in the entire company that could run the spreadsheet that we were doing that with. And, to your point, it was like half of the conversations during that process were, well, what does this mean? Where did this come from? That kind of thing. If you can get a
Yeah.
system that would manage that process for you, and that everybody understands, it just streamlines it, makes it better from the start.
Yeah. And I think that's the challenge. You've got that person who knows how to run the spreadsheet. They get locked into that position. There's
Yeah.
no kind of forward progress. It's hard when they want to go on vacation. It's you really you see some kind of unpleasant characteristics where people are getting locked into a role that maybe they didn't want, but they're the only ones who know how to do it. And it might be 20 hours a week churning away on data.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel sorry for him. Well, I think that's all the time we've got for this one. We'll catch you on the next one.